Hello students, today we are going to study about Unit 5 Physiological Structure and Life Process of Grade 10 Science and Technology. And here today we will discuss about blood vessels and blood circulation. Before it we have studied about heart attack, its symptoms like that, risks, diagnosis, and finally we discussed about treatment, under which we studied that a heart attack can be treated in two ways, mainly by medication and by surgery. So under surgical treatment we discussed about angioplasty and open heart surgery. And today we are starting with blood vessels. But as usual, I have to give you a question about which you have to discuss. So, question is, how do the blood components pass out from capillaries? You know capillaries, fine blood vessels, because in junior classes also you have studied. From capillaries, substances are passed out from the blood vessels. So, how do they come back in main blood stream? Okay, and when they come back, they collect waste materials also. So here altogether it is given in this way: how do the blood components pass out from capillaries, go back in main blood stream with waste materials from the cells and tissues? Very difficult question. Yes, and today we will discuss about it. I will just show diagram, later I will explain you. Here something is different from blood circulation as you have studied. You have studied about these things only, but here is some extra. What are the extra? Just you see here in the diagram. Later we will discuss in, that means after blood circulation in human body. Okay, during that we will discuss about it. So here I am not going to explain about this diagram, about this system. Yes, here one more activity you have to do. Here is given blood vessels. Yes, A, B blood vessels are connecting with C. So what are questions related with on the basis of the question? Okay, first question is, which part carries blood into the heart? So into the heart, here the blood is entering in B and B carries it into the heart. Okay, and next, which part carries blood out of the heart? They are arteries. So arteries carry blood out of the heart. Yes. Next one, which part helps to pass out nutrients and oxygen for tissues? That is C, through the wall of the capillaries. That C is capillary. Yes. And here how easy? Look here, A for artery, C for capillary. Only B is different. Yes, not B. Close to B. Yeah. Okay. Now next, which part helps to, that's okay, finished. And which part has valves inside it? So by observing the diagram, you have to find it. In here in this diagram at cuts, nowhere is valve. Here inside, inner part is not seen. Here, yes, look here, these valves. They are the valves. Yes. So they are veins. Yes, if you don't know, don't identify, then you can say that in B have valves, or B contains valve, or B has valve inside it. Yeah. Okay. Now learn something more about these blood vessels. Here, at first, what are blood vessels? First thing you have to discuss, what are blood vessels? You know that blood circulatory system has three components mainly. First is blood, about which we have discussed. Second is heart, that one is also discussed. And third one is remained, it is blood vessel. Yes, blood vessel. So blood vessels are of three types, as in activity also you found. There are some blood vessels which carry blood out of the heart. They are arteries. Those who carry blood out from the heart, they are called what? Arteries. And those who carry blood into the heart, yes, look here, blood flows to heart. So that is carried by these blood vessels, they are vein. So first feature, first characteristic of these blood vessels is that artery brings blood out of the heart and veins bring blood into the heart. Don't forget it. Other things will be clear later. Here it is seen that wall is thick, wall is thin. They are again branched and their branches have some particular names. Arteries are divided into arterioles. What are they? Arterioles. Here singular arteriole is given. And veins are dividing into venule. Venule is branch of vein and arteriole is branch of artery. And these arteries, arterioles and venules are connected by what? That is hair-like blood vessels. They are called as what? Capillaries. If you have to sketch capillaries, then look here. Consider here is blood vessel. Here is blood vessel. One blood vessel is here. Another blood vessel is here. Thin wall. And in between that you have to make capillary. You have to learn the sketching also, because in science sketching is main. So here, just when you are drawing, go parallel, and this side doesn't matter, anywhere you can go. How easy. But here remain parallel to that. Again come parallel with it. Doesn't matter, you have to go, if you are going in small figure, that's okay. Then like that you have to continue. Yes, you have to continue the process. Remember that when you are drawing side of a design, then you have to remain, not correct, you have to remain parallel with it. So here like that. And other side, don't care, doesn't matter what is happening. So look here. Here, how easy? Yes, easily you can sketch what? Blood vessels. Look. So in this way you can sketch blood vessel, because here this method is very interesting. Many of the students do not make the diagram of capillaries clearly. Look, it is clear or not? Yes. So that is capillaries. Here half dark, half bright. You can make it. Okay. Now, so artery, arteriole, vein, venule and capillaries. Just my target was to teach you what? To sketch capillaries. Now go ahead. Next here capillaries. Okay. So blood goes from artery to vein through capillaries. And when the blood passes through capillaries, then the materials or some components of blood with foodstuffs, with oxygen are filtered out. Some materials only, yes, and they are distributed to tissues. Later we will discuss about that. And few substances are absorbed, but not all. Not all. What happens about others? We will discuss later. That is our puzzle question also, which was in first just one, think once under this activity that was given. So later it will come. Wait. Okay. So what is blood vessel? Flexible muscular tubes that transport blood to various cells and tissues of the body are called as blood vessels. There are three types. What are they? Arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay students, now see about artery. Artery is thick-walled blood vessel. It is elastic and carries blood out of the heart. So the blood may be oxygenated or pure or deoxygenated or impure, doesn't matter. And here another thing is it has no valve. It has no valve. That is another characteristic. Because it is elastic and it is deep seated in our body, because blood flows at high pressure inside it, that's why it is deep seated. Here I am showing you because you have got blood pulse rate here. That's why I am showing that. Without pressing we did not found it. Yes, because that is that deep. So another characteristic is arteries are deep seated in our body. Yeah. So here one characteristic we have finished. Has thick muscular elastic wall and pressure of blood is more on the wall, because when ventricles contract, then at first blood enters into arteries. So here is more pressure. Yes. And in veins, blood comes passing through capillaries. So blood pressure is less in them. Remember it. Has no valves in it, already finished. Branches of arteries are called as what? Arteriole. Already you are told it. Except in pulmonary artery. What is pulmonary artery? In heart structure you were taught that artery which connects the right ventricle of the heart with lungs. Right ventricle of the heart is connected with lungs by what? Pulmonary artery. Yes. So pulmonary artery carries impure blood or deoxygenated blood, but others carry what? Oxygenated blood. So except in pulmonary artery, other blood vessels carry oxygenated blood. Yeah. And it is connected with ventricles of the heart. Any artery is connected with ventricles. Pulmonary artery is connected with right ventricle. Aorta is connected with left ventricle. Yes. So in auricle and ventricle also I told you that auricles have veins and ventricles have arteries. Yes. So recall them. Next one, they are deep-seated. That means they are found at depth in our body. If you know these characteristics, then you can differentiate arteries with vein very easily. Arteries and vein can be differentiated easily, about which you may be asked questions also, and you should have that capacity. Yes. Vein. Vein brings blood inside the heart. What is seen here? Look here, thickness of wall. It is thinner than arteries. Look here, they are valves. So that is valve. Yes. Two semilunar structures. That is valve. And here, what is more, color is also shown, bluish. That shows that in here impure blood flows. But remember, except pulmonary veins. Except what? Pulmonary veins. So characteristics are contrasting of arteries. First one is what? Bring blood inside the heart. Next one is what? Has thin muscular and non-elastic wall. Wall is non-elastic. Blood pressure is less and found superficial. You can see at this region here. Here blood vessel you can see bluish. They are what? Veins. At this joint you can see. Sometimes here also you can see. They are what? Veins. These blood vessels are veins. Okay. So has less pressure of blood on the walls and has valves. Okay. That is different. Just opposite characteristics of arteries are given here. Branches are venules. Except in pulmonary veins, in other veins, deoxygenated blood flows or impure blood flows. Yeah. Connected with atria. Atria is plural of atrium, or you can say auricle. Auricle or atrium, same thing. So connected with atria of heart and found superficial in our body. Superficial doesn't mean at surface, close to skin. That is superficial, not as depth as arteries. Okay, so it is about vein. Now, what remained? Capillaries. Yes, capillaries are very important. Look here, they are hair-like blood vessels, and look where are they are extended. Yes, there are tissue cells behind at background. So in these tissues capillary pass. And you know that when blood flowing at high pressure in arteries from heart enters in narrow path of capillaries, then blood pressure increases more. And this increased blood pressure makes the wall of capillaries wider, and in this way the pores on it also be bigger. You can guess this mechanism in this way. You have seen that balloon on which written happy birthday or made some diagram. As you inflate it, as you blow air inside it, the balloon inflates. Then you find that these letters, the design become larger and larger. Yes, in the same way, when blood pressure increases and the wall of the capillaries extend, then the pores become larger, through which some substances passed out and some substances enter. Both happens. Exchange of materials take place. But as I told you, all the materials cannot return back. There are some blood cells like WBC cannot come back. Yes, there may be some big molecules of chemicals, materials. Yes, so these materials are transported back in different way, about which I will teach you later, not immediately. Wait. Okay. Now, here they connect arteriole and venules, already you were told, allow to pass oxygen, nutrients, hormone, etc. out of blood vessel for tissues. Remember one thing, at many places you are explained that blood is transporting enzyme. That is absolutely wrong. Enzyme is not transported by blood. Okay, at many places you will find in book. So that is by mistake. You correct it, and teachers are also suggested to correct it. Yeah, enzyme is transported by different what blood vessel, different vessel, different duct, not blood vessel. Be careful in it. You have learnt about it in other classes. I think glandular system you have done. Okay, so don't write here enzyme. Now, lymphatic circulation, the time has come about which we were waiting. How is the materials passed out from capillaries come back into the mainstream? Look here, capillaries, this capillary and this capillary, both capillaries, that means lymphatic capillaries and our blood circulatory system's capillaries are interwebbed. Yes, and when the materials are passed out from these capillaries, required substances are absorbed by the cells and tissues. The remaining substances are absorbed from there by lymphatic capillaries. Something are absorbed here also, but many of materials are absorbed here. And these things become, now one thing you know, that blood and lymph. What is lymph? When blood comes out from blood vessels, it becomes lymph. When blood is passed out or some components of blood are passed out from capillaries in between the tissue, then in intercellular matrix, I can say, or material you can say, they become what? Lymph. And that lymph comes here. So here it is lymphatic system. Here lymphatic circulation is given. Lymphatic system consists of lymph nodes and lymph vessels. Lymph nodes and lymph vessels, and they bring the materials into what? Into vena cava, that is superior vena cava in fact. Here vena cava both are connected here, but generally it is connected in superior, connected with superior vena cava, and from there it enters into the blood, and where they have to go for their separation of waste materials, that is done by this blood circulatory system. It pumps blood into different excretory organs also, where they are separated and eliminated from the body. Interesting. Yes. So generally this is not discussed, but here is role of lymphatic system also in circulation, an important role. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Now we are going to do about blood circulation, and you can see in this diagram, and here I think you can recall the working method of heart also. You know that when these two auricles contract, ventricles expand. When ventricles contract, auricles expand or relax, you can say. When ventricles contract, auricles relax. When auricles contract, ventricles relax. Just opposite in function. So when auricles relax, impure blood from different parts of the body is brought into right auricle by here. One thing in this thing, yes, lungs, that's okay. That is superior vena cava and it is inferior vena cava. So this superior and inferior vena cava bring impure blood into right auricle. And pure blood from lungs, there are two lungs, right and left. So from these two lungs, pure blood is brought into what? Left auricle. Just revising heart's function here. And when ventricles contract, the impure blood from right ventricle is passed out to lungs for its purification, and pure blood from left ventricle is passed out to different parts of the body through aorta. One term is also confusable. There is no blood circulation in heart. One term is given, mutu ma rakta sanchar. Mutu ma rakta sanchar. That is in fact function of heart. Mutu ko karya vidhi. Because you may be confused. If you are asked about blood circulation, then what will you write? About blood flow in the heart or about blood flow in whole body? So in that, if you are you remove your confusion, blood circulation in our body. And blood movement of blood inside our heart is for the pumping purpose. Blood circulation in heart is done by coronary artery and coronary veins, which is not explained there mainly. But here blood circulation term is related with what? This thing about which we are doing, not about heart only. Heart is just pumping machine which supports in it. Okay. So process of transporting blood from the heart to different parts of the body and from different parts of the body to the excretory organ is called as what? Blood circulation. So for what? To different parts of the body, to supply the required things to them, to supply food, nutrients, to supply hormones, to supply oxygen. So these things are supplied to the cells through blood, and unnecessary substances like carbon dioxide, uric acid, urea, or you can say nitrogenous substances, excess salt, excess water, these substances are taken back into the heart for the transportation in relative, yes, excretory organs for their separation, yes, by which they can be expelled out from the body. So that is the process of blood circulation. And blood is circulated by, in fact, three things. Already you finished. Blood carries them, blood vessels give path to flow the blood, and heart is pumping machine which pumps blood into different parts, that may be into lungs, maybe other than lungs, or you can say in different organs. Blood is pumped by what? Heart. Yes. So you know that here in 1 minute about 5 to 6 liters of blood are pumped by the heart. And one unique characteristic I have told you, that this is only the organ in our body which functions by, that means from birth to death, never get fatigued. Yes, we discussed about it. It never gets fatigued. Okay. Blood circulation has two streams. So here in this diagram also you will find one stream. Look, that blood is passing out from here, that red region, from here to different parts of the body. That is upper part of the body, that is lower part of the body. They are separated here for your better understanding. And then the blood is coming back into the heart. It is one stream. One stream starts from left ventricle, passes to different parts of the body, and then comes back into right auricle. That is one stream. And another stream is which starts from right ventricle, that starts from right ventricle, passes to lungs, and then comes back into left auricle. Yes, so that is another stream. Mainly visible is that. There are some more also, like coronary circulation. We do not have to read about that. But indirectly we have done in what? Heart attack. In heart attack we did about it. Blood clotting in coronary arteries, heart attack. Yeah. Okay. So these two streams are known by two different names. You know that pulmonary term is related with lungs. Pulmonary. So the stream of blood from heart to lungs and lungs to heart. From heart to lungs and lung to heart is called as what? Pulmonary circulation. And circulation of blood from heart to different parts of the body other than lungs, and again into the heart from these different parts is called as what? Systemic. Don't say systematic. What is that? Systemic circulation. In this way, there are two types of circulation in human body. At first, we are going to see about systemic circulation. So already I told you that a stream of blood in between heart and different parts of body other than lungs. So here, for your simplicity, whole body is given here. From left ventricle of heart, blood is passing out. that is coming to different parts of the body. In detail later I will give you that in which part, which blood vessel carries blood, that also I will teach you. That is not according to, not required by curriculum, but something more knowledge I will give you, don't worry. And from here, after losing oxygen there, the carbon dioxide mixed blood which has lacked with oxygen, that is deoxygenated blood, comes back into right auricle through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, plural vena cava. Yes, so that blood comes here. So this type of circulation is called as what? Systemic circulation. In systemic circulation, what is the purpose? What may be the purpose of this circulation? To supply required things to the cells and bring back the unnecessary substances from the cells for their separation. Only that is the purpose. Required things may be related with their nutrients, may be related with oxygen, energy producing purpose, may be for protecting from disease. So there are many purposes. So required substances are supplied to body cells and unnecessary substances are carried back from there. Yes. Flow of oxygenated blood from heart to tissues and deoxygenated blood from tissues to the heart is what? Systemic circulation. It is finished. Now in little bit detail. Here, look here, when ventricles contract. Now we are not going to discuss about that. We are going to discuss about left ventricle. So when ventricles contract, left ventricle pumps pure blood into the aorta, and aorta carries it into different parts through different types of blood vessels, different types of arteries. So arteries carry pure blood to our different parts, to their cells, their tissues, and from there the unnecessary substances or waste is brought with blood by veins. So here is capillaries, venule, doesn't matter, but finally what is that? Vein. So this vein brings blood into what? Right auricle. So here it happens when auricles expand. In fact, our expansion of auricle and contraction of ventricle is at the same time. As I told you, both contract at the same time, and during that these two expand or relax. When they contract, they relax. So here we are talking about its contraction and its relaxation. So at the same time, these two processes take place. The blood which was transported earlier come back here at this time, and the blood which is coming now here will come back in next contraction. Difference is only that, yeah. Okay, so you can read it and understand. Just I am reading it, it is already explained. In systemic circulation, oxygenated blood is transported to different parts of the body other than lungs, and deoxygenated blood is transported from the different parts of the body, that is other than the lungs, to the heart. So from heart to different parts and from different parts to heart. Same thing is elaborated here. Some more thing. So the process mechanism is explained here. I don't think that it is necessary to repeat again. You can do it. Already I have explained. And here what happens at this time when blood is supplied to different parts. Yes. Then how does it come back? That is explained here. So it is about systemic circulation, the whole mechanism of systemic circulation. What is pulmonary circulation then? Pulmonary circulation is the flow of blood in between the lungs and heart. Flow of blood in between lungs and heart. So second stream from heart, blood is flowing out. Look here, from right ventricle, blood is passing out where? Through pulmonary arteries into lungs. Their blood is purified after exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide, and that is brought back into what? Left auricle by pulmonary veins. Yes. So this thing you have to remember in this type of circulation, and purpose is only what? Yes, purification of blood. Purpose is only purification of blood. So flow of deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs and oxygenated blood from the lungs to left atrium. And what is its mechanism? That can be understood. In pulmonary circulation, deoxygenated blood is transported from right ventricle to lungs and oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Little bit elaborated the first sentence before it which was used. And here is main mechanism. When ventricles contract, deoxygenated blood from right auricle passes into here lungs. There oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged and pure blood comes back. At the same time, pure blood comes back into left auricle through pulmonary veins. So here we understood pulmonary circulation and what? Systemic circulation in parts. Now see them all together. Altogether, what is given here? Look, now it is complicated. If this thing was given at that means at first probably it was very confusing. That's why I taught you about it in two parts. One part was that and another part is that. Yes. So here for urology, I am writing main blood vessels separately here. Which blood vessel? Main blood vessel is aorta. That's okay. From aorta, branches separate. So which branch takes blood into head and neck? Which branch is related for the transportation of blood into head and neck? That is carotid artery and jugular vein. Carotid artery brings pure blood into these organs. Jugular vein brings back impure blood into the heart. Like that, lungs, you are familiar with it, pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Next, but remember one thing, pulmonary artery carries impure blood there because its purpose is not supply of blood. Supply of blood in the heart walls is by coronary artery and coronary vein, isn't it? In which when blood is blocked, what happens? Heart attack. Yes? Okay. In forelimbs, subclavian artery and subclavian vein in our hands. Then in alimentary canal, in which food is digested, mesenteric artery and hepatic portal vein you can see here, that is part of intestine, mesenteric artery, and from here a blood vessel goes into liver, that is hepatic portal vein. And next in liver, that hepatic artery is not clear, here should be connected, hepatic artery and hepatic vein, that is missing. Here artery is not clear, here is one blood vessel. And then kidneys, renal artery, renal vein, yes, renal artery, renal vein, gonads, genital artery, genital vein. If you know these terminologies, that will help you to remember, not necessary for exam purpose. If you are feeling burden to learn them, doesn't matter, okay. But knowledge is here, that is repeating, already finished, hind limbs. Here this one is repeating, hind limbs, iliac artery and femoral vein. Hind limbs means legs. So, I think you enjoyed. Okay, so I am giving you a project work. You have to make very simple, not as complex as before. It is very simple. Model one model is given to you. So, in this way or similar to it, you have to make a project work in which you have to show model of blood circulation in human body using locally available materials on a chart paper sized board. That board, not necessary that it should be wooden, maybe cardboard, doesn't matter. Yes? So today, what things we have studied? We studied about what? At first, we discussed about three types of blood vessels, artery, vein, capillaries. Then we discussed about blood circulation. During blood circulation, I added some extra that was about lymphatic circulation, that is extra. Yes, your extra knowledge, and that is related, that's why I gave you. And then we discussed about pulmonary circulation and what? Systemic circulation. So that is about our blood circulation in our whole body. Okay, so what have we learned? Just see through that exercise. So from which part of the body pulmonary veins collect blood? From heart, from lungs, from kidneys, or from liver? Pulmonary veins. So by name also you can guess. I think you have guessed. That is what? lungs. Next question is, which of following is characteristics of vein? Carries blood away from the heart, has thin muscular and elastic wall, has valves in it, or it is deep seated in our body. Little bit think, you need to think, yeah. So here it is in different color, not green, has valves in it. Green is coming here, yeah, has valves in it. Now next, which of following is true about pulmonary circulation? Right auricle is involved in it, aorta is involved in it, it covers longer path than systemic circulation, it covers shorter path than systemic circulation. What is the correct answer? Yes, that is D. Okay. Now there are some, there's another one. Which matching for the table is correct? In table there are two columns. In first column, high pressure, pulmonary circulation, vena cava and systemic circulation given. And in column B, impure blood, aorta, supply of nutrients and purification of blood are given. You have to match them. So which matching of them is correct? One by one you have to see. So it may take time. You try it. Is your guess okay? That is the first one correct. A is correct. So you can find that 1 with B, yes, high pressure in aorta. 2D, pulmonary circulation, purification of blood, yes. 3A, vena cava, impure blood, and 4C, systemic circulation, supply of nutrients. Okay, students. Now we have some questions to which you have to copy and write your answer later and to show your teachers. What are artery and vein? Just define. Write any two differences between pulmonary and systemic circulation. You can write. Describe in short about the importance of capillaries in blood circulation. So the role of capillaries in distribution of required materials to the tissues and the collection of unnecessary materials from there. So these things you have to explain, the mechanism. So blood circulation in human body by diagram. For that, very simple diagram also can be given. So one diagram here will be displayed. Yes, that is coming next time. Yes. So look here, heart. This type of diagram is also used as symbolic diagram. Yes. So answer the question based on the given diagram. Here right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Atrium, auricle, same thing. And here are valves from which blood is passing down. Arrow is shown. There are different blood vessels shown. So first question related with it is, which of them A, B, C, D, E and F? Look, A, B, C, D, E, F are involved in systemic circulation. So systemic circulation, you have to find out where, which one. From right ventricle, A, blood is taken out. D is what? That is lungs. And C is what? That is pulmonary vein and left atrium. So C, D, A you have to say. What are they? A, D, C. Now next, what are similarities in structure of B and C? B is here, that is taking out blood from here, and C is here. Both are red, but structurally they are different because that is vein and it is artery. So what is difference between artery and vein? You can write. Yes. How is B different from A? B different from A. Here. How is it different? It is taking out blood from here. It is also taking out blood from here. So here it is different in function. The color shows that it is carrying pure blood and it is carrying impure blood. It is carrying blood into different parts of the body and it is carrying blood into D. That means lungs. Its purpose you can write, its purpose you can write. There are 3 points you can write, doesn't matter, 1 point is enough. That's all for today, students. Next time with next lesson, I will be in front of you. That's all. Bye.